For Mr. Cameron, what sparked the idea of you creating this awesome movie?
Wow. The super honest answer, which is a little mercenary, is that I was the CEO of Digital Domain at the time, and we were I think at that particular time, this was in the early mid '90s. We were really good at 2D composite, but we were lagging behind in 3D character development. So in the same way that I wrote Terminator just to kind of get a directing gig, I decided to write a story that was full of creatures and characters that would push the art of CG for that company. But we looked at it when they broke it down. They said, "We can't do this. What are you, out of your mind?" So I literally stuck the treatment in a drawer. When I got it out 4 years ago, I thought, wow, this is more timely than ever, with us being at war, with us being in a greater environmental crisis than at any point in the history of the human race. And plus, by the way, it was just a damn good read. I'd sort of completely forgotten about it enough to look at it with fresh eyes. So, I went back to it and said, we can do this now. Peter Jackson had done the second Lord of the Rings film at that point. Gollum was looking pretty damn good. It looked like some soul and some real personality could be captured by CG. And to me, that was like the door opening on the possibility of being able to make this movie. But having said that, we had a lot of work to do in developing the performance technology to capture the work that are, we have a great cast. I mean, let's face it, you've seen a little glimpse of it here. We have an awesome cast and they did great work. Our technology needed to live up to what they could do.
And speaking of what they could do, Sigourney, your character, her history is that of a botanist, and you sort of really embrace that to sort of define how you play the role of Grace Augustine.
Yeah, I had these wonderful women teachers in high school who devoted their lives to trying to help us feel like we could do science. And one of the things that moved me most about Dr. Augustine was that Jim created this brilliant woman scientist who'd thrown everything over to study the flora and fauna of Pandora and to understand the Na'vi way of life. And I have to tell you guys that every single plant and creature and whatever has come out of this crazy person's head. And the colors, all the work he's done underwater, you can see how much of that inspired this world. And for me, it was such a treat just to even begin studying the plant life. And I feel that it was very meaningful to me. I never did that well in science, but I was always so eager to learn it, and I feel I got a second chance in this.
Now, Zoe, someone who's not here today, but who you work very closely with, is Sam Worthington. I think the dynamics of the relationship really comes off on the screen. Talk a little bit about that dynamics between you and Sam, and working with Sam.
I think it started in the auditioning room, and Jim did something very, very fascinating and beautiful. He made it seem like fun from the moment I read the sides without even knowing the script to the moment he flew Sam from Australia to LA and myself from New York to LA, and Sam and I met. We knew we didn't have the job, but it just felt so much fun still. It was just, and we got to meet him, we read the script, and it wasn't like he sat down and allowed another camera guy to tape us as we read our lines. Like, Jim had the camera on his shoulders and while he was directing us, and the basic direction was just do whatever you got to do, and I'm just going to follow you guys. To be actors and to be told that it's like, oh, you mean I can actually play and I can go anywhere and you'll make sure you capture it is the most liberating thing. So and Sam and I did audition together. We tested together, and then we booked it. So we had this very beautiful connection since the beginning of being these little underdogs. He could have very easily given the role of Neytiri to a series of amazing actresses that had more of a notoriety than I did at the time. I mean, I'm just from Queens, for the love of God. And Sam is this little Aussie hick from Australia who's so amazingly talented and elegant, and he saw us and he really believed in us and he fought for us, and then he got us into his mind and into his world, and it's taken us, Sam and I, a long time to get out.
Well, hopefully it'll be still longer yet, but back to the floor for the next